I'm at 4637-4639 North 45th Street. We're looking at the front part of the house. I could already tell that we're going to need to definitely grade the bottom, so all of that needs to be graded, and just for the look of it, I'd like to see mulch here. We're going to scrape and paint all the windows on the outside. We've got some cedar siding here that is going to need to be repaired. You can see it underneath that window over there, but it's a little worn down. I would say that you'd probably want to get that painted. We've got soffit and fascia is wood, and it's a little worn down. It needs to be scraped and painted as well. I'm going to take a step back and see what we have for the roof. We got some cracking happening on the driveway, but nothing severe. Let's see, it's a pretty tall, soft-angled building. Here we go. Okay, so the roof on this side, you can see that there's a little bit of lifting here and there. It's consistent if you see where the black marks are. I'm not sure if you could tell on the video, but you see those black marks. That means that these are actually lines that are actually being affected. That means that those are sections, those are sheathing sections that are probably like having a little bit of issues underneath. Is this fixable? Absolutely. With how old the home is, that is definitely, that roof is older. You're probably looking at, which I'm correct, you're looking at minimum 3 layers, if not 4 at this point, for how thick it is. So you're definitely looking at 3 layers. So with that said, if you replace the roof, you're looking at having to do a tear off, definitely. On this side, you have some more cedar siding, cedar shingles that are a little bit torn off, that need to be repaired. Again, we just, you know, it looks worn down. It's still workable. I don't see anything extreme or severe. Obviously, you could see around in this section, if you look closer, that it's already starting to fade and it's starting to peel up. You know, the stain that they put on here is starting to come off, where you can start seeing the actual cedar. The windows, all of them are going to need to be scraped and painted. A little bit of repair on the back door. So we got some trim work that we just need to prepare. This would need to be fixed. This probably wouldn't be an issue, but just heads up, obviously, before we go into that, you will need some grading here, definitely. For the front, this could be an issue with some tripping hazard, because that is higher. You can see the level. It's a lot taller, the first step versus the second step. That could be a code violation, just to give you heads up on that. Obviously, with all this cracking happening, it's going towards the house. You could be having some water issues here, as well as in this section here. This is all brick. With the brick, that means that there's a lot of open space in between the house, that if the gutters are not working well, or if you get a northwest wind, rain one day, that could be a problem to the house. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the roof from this side. I'm going to see if I could find some sort of angle, just because it'll be important for how old this roof is. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Roof is fine. I would be fine with the roof, but it's definitely old and there's a lot of layers. You're looking about, for the way that how worn out it looks, you're probably looking at about another 5-7 years max, I would say, until you're going to have to get this entirely replaced. Like I said, torn off and replaced. The flashing is very weak around the chimney. You're going to definitely have to, you're probably going to have some issues there soon. You're probably going to have to just get that repaired. Because I'm in front of it, this is the side of the garage. The roof, the soffit and fascia is definitely worn down. That has to be all repaired. You can see it all the way around. This garage is bowing. There's a huge bow right in the center. I'm not sure what that means inside. We'll see it in a second if the door is open. This is our fence, so this is the backyard. All of this is going to have to be repaired or taken out, either way, but this will be considered a code violation, and this will be part of your land. A lot of tree problems, probably why the fence is falling apart. So as much as that you'd like to have privacy, it probably just has to be all taken out. Some debris back here that has to be removed. Some siding, you see the back of the house, the siding is going to have to be some repair work, scraping, painting, again, soffit and fascia. This garage now, I don't know if you could see it, it's leaning. It's leaning forward and to the right from standing here. It's leaning like this. That's where it's going. I don't know if you could see that. There's a stump that needs to be taken out, removed. Soffit and fascia work, some siding work. You have all this trees, which is nice and private, but you see that? That's your fence in there. You're gonna have to take care of that fence, whatever that means that you're gonna have to do. At this back end of the house, we have 2 electric services. The box is open. That's probably just the cable, but that should be fixed. We're going to have some gutter issues right there. There looks like there's a couple, not holes, but something like in that manner of a hole. That's going to have to be repaired. Same right here too. There's like a crack or something. The rest of it just scraped in paint. Again, we have some wear and tear with the cedar siding on this side too, so that's going to have to be all restained. We have some siding issue right here. This is wood siding, so that's going to have to be replaced and repaired back here. You have your window well. It's a little damaged. It should be lifted up and adjusted. That downspout should be extended out, and this should be basically graded and mulched as well. This side of the roof, you could tell that there's some wear and tear. You could try to keep this roof. Definitely there's been a couple patchworks on it. You could just clean this up, do the soffit and fascia. It's up to you. It is a garage. We have 2 doorways, 2 overhead services. You could already tell that the garage has been repaired before. We have a wall in the center to keep it, so obviously tenants, one side that's is one tenant's, the other side is the other tenant's, so they split that up, which is nice. That's actually very nice of them. We have the bowing. I don't know if you could see this. This wall is pushing this way. You got some this garage would have to be straightened out. There's no doubt about it. Material. There's a lot of stuff in here, so I can't really move around. I don't want to go through their stuff. But there's definitely some work that's needed in here, and straightening out of the garage. You could probably be able to hold on to the garage for a while without having to straighten it out, but over time it will definitely be an issue, no doubt about it. Here's your driveway. It's a lot of cracking, but it works. Over time you're going to need to get this replaced, but it's fine for that at this point. Okay, we have one more side I'd like to show you, and I'd like to show you the neighborhood then. We're going to go over to the other side. And on this side, we're with the driveway to the neighborhood, or to the neighbor. Okay, you can see the fencing here. You see how that bows? Because of the trees, that's all going to have to be repaired. This side, the shingles are in definitely much better shape. The main reason why is because it's in the shadow all day. You could even see that your soffit and fascia a lot cleaner. That you don't have to do that much work on this side. So it's just it's a lot cleaner over here. Some scraping and painting that will need to be done, but this side is probably your best side at this point. I still would like to see grading on this side as well, because it looks like that it's pushing towards the house. There's some, when we get closer, you can see there is still going to be some scraping and painting that needs to happen, because this is wood siding. Okay, let's check out the neighborhood. Starting over here. A lot of duplexes on this street. And single families across the street. Okay, and that's our neighborhood. Let's go inside.